The DeYoung Family Zoo. The summer season is heating up,
You screamed your head off.
and tempers are starting to flare. A tiger goes under the knife.
Rub him gently, bud.
A dog fights for his life. And keeping everyone alive is job one.
Coming down from that high up, I'd kill somebody. Check out this big critter right here.
Bud DeYoung. More than 2 decades ago, he opened his zoo to the public.
Thank you all for coming out to the zoo today.
Carrie Kramer. She showed up 7 years ago. They fell in love, and nothing's been the same since.
Why do you keep doing that?
40 acres, over 400 animals, and at least 40,000 visitors every year.
Get him in the trailer.
Running your own zoo would push anyone to the limit.
This is crazy for us.
But for Bud and Carrie, this is their life.
Looks like you got a school group today.
Summer's in full swing.
Come on up here, kids. We'll get in a nice big circle right here.
This is the park's busiest season. And visitors are streaming in.
I always enjoy when people come up to me and they're like, this is so not like a normal zoo. You know, at a normal zoo is this, but your place is different. I'm like, yes, you're right. We are not normal around here.
The DeYoung Family Zoo is Bud, Carrie, and a few volunteers. They keep the entire operation going 24/7, 365 days a year.
Love taking care of animals. That is our draw to one another, is that we both have a passion for what we do. That's fine. I did this after dark last night.
We're in here now. Let's fix it.
But keeping this place going takes more than just passion.
We exert not only every ounce of energy, but we are on an emotional roller coaster every single day.
I apologize to everybody.
So don't come.
Before they left.
A roller coaster that can go off the rails.
Okay, you screamed your head off.
Yeah, you bet I blew my top.
You're very irritable today.
Blah, 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 blah.
Not happy with you right now. I'm not talking to you.
Blah, 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 blah.
Bud and Carrie are responsible for the big, the odd, and the dangerous. But that's what draws the crowds. And the tigers usually steal the show. Tigers have teeth designed to shred prey, claws up to 4 inches long, and a bite force as powerful as a shark's.
Back it up. Get away from the gate.
In North America, tigers have killed or mauled humans in each of the last 6 years.
Eris, leave Hope alone. Back it up.
These tigers are just youngsters, but they're already starting to test their limits.
Picking up poop in here. I gotta have like eyes in the back of my head. Leave her alone. Back up. Back up. Back up.
But not every one of the zoo's big cats is born equal.
Come on down the path. We have to go visit Emo. One very special white tiger. Emo.
Emo is a white Bengal tiger, and this is not his lucky week. He's scheduled to be neutered, a procedure that will leave him infertile.
Emo was born down in a facility that was doing improper breeding. They were inbreeding the cats to keep the white gene going.
In the wild, only 1 in 10,000 tigers are born white. In captivity, breeders try and up those odds, often with questionable practices.
A lot of places were doing improper breeding, which means created inbreeding and which created birth defects.
Emo suffers from a host of ailments. He's cross-eyed. His paws are deformed, causing him to limp. His immune system could be weakened, and his posture compromised.
We get hundreds of questions a day about Emo. Something's wrong with his paw. Why does he look like that? What's going on? You know, how come you have him? Why is he living here?
Most parks will not put an imperfect animal on display. They feel that animals like this should either be euthanized or put somewhere else out of the viewing eyes of the public.
It's unfortunate that the animal was put into this position, but it does not make him any lesser of an animal.
He had no choice.
It doesn't make him any lesser of an important member. It doesn't make him any less beautiful than any other tiger that we have.
Emo may be beautiful, but his genes aren't. They're convinced he must be neutered. In any surgery, there are risks. Risks from anesthesia, from infection, and in Emo's case, the possible complications of operating on an inbred animal.
With Emo's background, he could have a weaker immune system also,
neurological system
and everything could react
neurological.
different.
Emo weighs over 300 pounds, so the vet will come to him. But for the operation, he'll need a space isolated from the other tigers.
Well, this is the lockout pen that Carrie and I started last year for when we gotta separate for medical reasons.
It's no OR, but it's fine for minor surgery.
And I gotta finish it up because it just needs a few things here. Go get the bowl.
Emo's operation is scheduled in less than 24 hours.
Hold on, darling. That your way.
Bud's got to build a pen, roof it over, and then get Emo inside.
Do you have to do everything yourself?
No, I got great helpers. Brad, who's like our adopted son. I mean, holy wow, you know.
And what would you do without a
with-
supervisor?
And without my stupid visor, I wouldn't be. Don't kick me in the bad knee. Without my supervisor, yeah. You know, there's got to be a foreman. Okay, give Brad the other hammer. 2 spikes, Brad. Toenail him. Can you get him right straight into that post?
Bud must complete a pen strong enough to keep one of the world's most powerful carnivores in, and the rest of the tigers out.
It's pretty amazing the things that he can build with the few simple tools that he does have.
Carrie and I are building stuff all the time. We're expanding. We're not sitting here spinning our tires in the sand. We're always building, adding on. You know, this is what we got to do.
Nothing at the zoo is built the same. Each time he goes into something, he looks at it in a completely different way. And, you know, he's very creative.
Lions can run at speeds approaching 40 miles per hour. Working around them means being on your guard at every moment.
And I was cleaning this lion den, I don't know. Well, one of the lions spooked me and I kneeled down. I kneeled down right on a sharp bone and I broke a kneecap. I fixed broken bones and toes on my own, wrapped them up, kept on going.
Fixed our own injuries. It's suck it up and go.
But toughing it out can take an emotional toll.
When are you getting the concrete saw? When are you going to finish the blocks?
When I can get it. I've been doing stuff
I'm
every
just
day.
asking,
As soon
don't
as I can get it, I will
la,
get it.
la, la.
When I get pain, you know, pain like from this knee thing just recently, yeah, I get snappy. I mean, I got a lot to do on this in the next couple days. You know, it's like anybody that's got an injury, you know, you're just
You're
Or-
very irritable.
ornery like a grizzly bear with a thorn in its paw.
With 400 animals to look after, there's little time to stress out. Early morning, a call comes in. A deer was killed by a hit-and-run driver. Her fawns are now orphans.
It was a mother to 2 fawns, so they brought the fawns into their house, and of course they fed them raw egg, which is one of the worst things possible to give the animal.
I mean, a doe does not have anything even resembling egg protein or anything in its milk.
By the time it gets here, it's usually too late, because once you give it raw egg, you're just causing all kind of problems.
Bud and Carrie have seen this mistake before.
They're probably not going to make it.
The family who rescued the fawns finally arrives.
Did they have anything this morning?
Yeah, they had that sweetened condensed milk, honey with water, a little bit of honey, and the egg in it.
Raw egg. For a baby, this can be fatal.
How much did they drink?
You know, I would say no more than like 2 ounces between. We fed
2 ounces each.
Yeah.
Egg contains an enzyme that can decrease the body's ability to absorb vitamin B7, causing anemia. And raw eggs can contain salmonella.
You wouldn't crack open a raw egg and put it in a newborn human's bottle and feed it to them. You shouldn't do it with wildlife either.
How much did they eat last night?
That was from last night and this morning too. All together.
So hopefully they didn't ingest too much of it.
No.
We're fortunate in this situation that it looks like they didn't ingest too much of it and that they may pull through.
Their ears are already uncurled pretty much all the way, and they're not dehydrated, so one way you can, yeah, as long as we can get some antibiotic stuff into them.
You can't be mad at the people because they're
trying.
trying to do their best, but they're misinformed.
Yeah, well, you'll get to see them when you come back. We'll take good care of them.
These fawns will be hand-raised here at the zoo until they are old enough to survive on their own.
These two had a little bit of a rough start, but I think they're going to be all right.
Bud and Carrie don't just rescue native wildlife. They take in all kinds of animals in trouble. House pets, farm animals, and a few that are a little of both.
Got another house pig.
She slept in the closet, but she loves her kennel.
Rosie is a pampered pot-bellied pig, but sadly, she ended up in the home of a little girl with big allergies.
You know, when I'm like by deer or sometimes by cougars, I get itchy eyes, watery eyes, sinuses start running.
Yep.
So like what would happen to you?
Like, I get the same thing, but it's like with like every animal.
Okay, right. Oh, there! Done deal.
Rosie may be a pig, but she's used to special attention.
Box train, obviously.
No, she will stand at your door until you let her out. That's when you know that she's standing at the door, then you know she needs to go potty.
This pig comes with a set of instructions.
7 p.m. she is in bed.
My God.
So you give her her blanket. She has to have her blanket. Underneath her blanket, only her face is showing. But she does that. It's her ritual every night.
Does she get like separation anxiety if she doesn't have her blanket? This pampered pig comes with hoof cream.
And her own Ultra shampoo.
You gotta be.
I'm not.
I'm over pig populated now.
Well, you have more chickens than I have pigs.
Yeah, but the chickens don't eat as much as the pigs do. The
But
chickens.
the pigs are cute.
The chickens clean up what the pigs leave left over.
So then if I get rid of all the pigs, you don't need any chickens. Bud loves his chickens. I love my pigs.
Rosie will live out her days in mud heaven, wallowing with her own kind, each with a story to tell.
See you later, little pig.
It's just after 7 a.m. and Bud's already back to work on Emo's lockout pen. But it's not the only pressing building project at the zoo. Carrie reminds him that a skunk pen has been on his list of chores for weeks, and she's convinced he has time to do both.
Can you call Jamie and Rowan and have them take care of that today?
No, I'm not calling Jamie and Rowan. I don't want them until on the weekends.
But this is something that can be done on in a very short
I don't want
time
them.
and
I get
easily
these
put
two.
together. But they're helping you do this.
Yeah, this will take 2 minutes.
All right, then I would like the skunk pen taken care of so that they can go out.
What's the name of the show? My Life's a Zoo.
The issue is the skunk habitat that could have been built
Don't
weeks
have
ago.
time. We're neutering a cat. I don't
That's
have
why
time to
I
build.
asked to get
I
extra
don't
help
want
there.
them. I don't want them here.
Well, then you need to figure something out because this should have been done. We've been talking about it for 3 weeks. It's a simple task that will not take long, and it just
That
needs
I
to get
need
done.
to be supervising, and I have no. We're working on other
it's
stuff.
a skunk pen. It's not
Carrie,
that hard
I
to
gotta
do.
I gotta let them porcupines loose. The whole thing's gotta be taken down. I gotta put sand over there.
It was a rough morning
We have a
because
very stressful life.
it's not a difficult habitat
Carrie,
to build.
They're not gonna get it done in 2 hours because I gotta do it the right way. I gotta level out the
There's
stuff.
no reason for you to talk to me like that.
Well, you're barking out orders with.
But, I mean,
Sometimes the
it's-
stress overweighs me, and I snap, make bad decisions. I say stuff I don't mean. I'm just a person. I say stuff sometimes I don't mean.
You're in a really wonderful mood today.
For Carrie, what Bud builds is only the half of it. It's how he works that drives her crazy.
Puts back the tools in the same spot.
Bought every kind of
Yes,
toolbox,
yes, and
tool
nobody puts
area,
them back.
storage system, and none of it has been put up properly,
Don't
organized
even
properly.
open
I
that
bought,
can of worms.
I bought containers for everything to go into. I put little spots where hammers should be hung, and nothing ever goes back.
Once-
All of his
yeah,
toolboxes
that's not
are.
me.
Oh no.
It's the boys
It's
never
not.
put. It's the boys
That's why,
never put the
That's
stuff
why when
back.
I cleaned the bedroom this week, you know when you were putting the dresser together for Louis? And you were complaining that you couldn't find screwdrivers because the boys never put them back? And then, let's see, the next day, I cleaned the bedroom, put away your laundry, and oh, the screwdrivers are still in there from when you put Louis' swing together. Who put the swing together?
Come on, Emo. Emo. Come on, Emo.
Bud completes the lockout area. That means Emo can now be separated from the other tigers and kept from eating for the required 12 hours before surgery. But the pen's still missing one thing: Emo.
Ow, come on. Come on, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Close the gate. Hard, fast.
Food is a good way to motivate animals and Bud.
Emo needs to be operated on now. There are signs that his companion is getting ready to ovulate. She's eating less, changing her posture, and increasingly leaving her scent for a male to find.
We didn't want to have the possibility of him breeding India, where India is going to start coming in heat, and we did not want him to pass on his genes. It'll be all pond water and no tadpoles.
With everything good to go, the zoo's longtime vet, Colleen Heitman, arrives. Step 1, put Emo to sleep.
Well, hopeful. We may have to give them more than one shot. I usually always try to underdose them initially.
With a 300-pound cat, getting the dosage right can be tricky. An overdose could affect his heart and lungs, even cause death.
It will have to be enough to put him in total surgical anesthesia.
Emo trusts Bud more than any other human, so he gets the syringe.
Okay, entice him over here, Karen. Emo. Emo, that dead boy. Yeah, that boy.
What was that? Something poked you in the butt.
You have a nice nap for a little bit. Are you getting sleepy?
It's like you had way too much to drink, and the world is all starting to spin. And you think you need to lay down now.
The drugs are taking effect, but Emo's not down for the count. The dose was too low, so he gets another shot.
Emo.
It's okay.
Breathing's slowing down. Want to get the head around.
Easy, easy, Emo.
Colleen makes her incision. For a few minutes, all seems to be going well. Then, suddenly, Emo starts to convulse.
Easy, Emo. Rub him gently, Bud. Easy, big guy.
Seizures under sedation can be caused by a combination of narcotics or epilepsy. a disease white tigers are particularly vulnerable to.
It's okay.
And worse, there's always the danger of cardiac arrest. Emo, a white Bengal tiger, is being neutered. But something's wrong. He's convulsing.
It's okay, it's okay. Cat had a couple seizures, which is not uncommon. It happens 1 in a dozen times.
With 17 big cats, Bud and Carrie have seen this before.
He had the seizures, we kept him calm.
All we could do
relaxed him.
and keep you know, the motions going to try and calm him down and, you know, work through it.
Well, we just have to wait until it passes.
Colleen Heitman has been the zoo's vet for over 10 years. But most of her training was on domestic animals, not exotics.
The only difference that I'm doing on him that I don't do on the small cats is I am suturing my incisions because they're so much larger.
With Emo under sedation, they have a rare opportunity to examine a 300-pound tiger, an animal that can devour 90 pounds of meat in a sitting.
A little tartar control.
Ah, that's just...
Emo gets a full checkup.
He's in great shape.
The operation seems to have gone well. But was it a success?
Well, we were trying to get the brain transplant for Bud, but unfortunately we were unsuccessful.
Yes. Surgery went...
They just couldn't find the proper chicken brain.
But Emo isn't laughing.
He's not able to swallow right now, so as he drools, the saliva builds up and it'll just flow out of his mouth this way.
Surgery went as I totally expected it would go, you know. With Clean having done this before, I mean, it went perfect.
While Emo recovers, Bud gets back to work on a long-planned skunk pen. But whose plan is he following?
What are you building here?
I'm building the skunk thing.
I thought we agreed to put the bobcats here.
I'm building the skunk thing here. That's the last thing that we talked about.
No, we talked about building the bobcats
Carrie,
here.
I've got this excavated. We're putting the skunks here.
But we talked about this being the perfect spot for the bobcats, and now you're putting the skunks here. We talked about putting the skunks back there in the shade.
So this is shade. It's shade here all...
Right, but this is the best spot in the entire trail for the bobcats. We've agreed on this a year ago.
Why do you come back here just to argue with me?
No, I'm just asking you.
So the skunks are going to
if
go
you're
here
doing
today,
this,
we'll find a better spot for the bobcats.
There isn't a better spot.
Yes, we got plenty of spots.
Well, he comes at me, and that was it. It was like, you lit the fuse, and now
it's just like the boxer,
done.
man. The one that's going to win gets in the first punch.
But I still would have preferred.
So I'm putting the skunks here right now.
I would have preferred to leave it for the bobcats.
I got it cleared. I'm putting the skunk cage here.
We can argue and argue and argue, and we don't take anything to heart. We get everything out. We get all of our emotions out. We know how to work things out. Once that is done, it's gone. It's over. It's done. We move on to the next thing. Is there enough shade here?
Yes, there's enough shade here.
Because this is a nice sunny spot on a sunny day. That's why the bobcats were going to go here. Ah!
On the other side of the zoo, animals of a different kind are slithering through the gates. This is the Motor City Viper Owners Club.
This is the biggest lineup we've had so far.
These high-performance sports cars are prized by collectors.
And each year, they not only come out and do their thing, but they also are really awesome to us. They contribute to the park every year.
And this year, the park has a new attraction to show off.
Doesn't he look like Bud?
Louis is a chimp who is rejected by his mother. He's one of the zoo's newest residents.
When you first get up close to a chimpanzee, it's very humbling to realize that we are not the only important thing on this planet. That chimp really makes you realize how intelligent animals are, how animals have emotions. And I feel so
Honored to have him.
honored to be able to have the opportunity that we have with Louis to
Teach people.
teach people. Baby Louis is 9 weeks old. He was born by Kansas City, Missouri.
Every year we come here and we're thoroughly amazed every year at the work and the passion that you two have for this place, and we couldn't be happier to, you know, chip in and try to help you out a little bit more each year. And so with that, this is the Detroit Motor City Viper Owners Club. It's our entry fee and another $400 that we collected walking around here. So. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you guys. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And there's another tradition as well.
We have a standoff between the Vipers and Samson, the lion. And the Vipers all get going, and they just get so loud with their big engines. And then usually the lions reciprocate.
Start roaring.
He's like, what is going on in my neighborhood?
As the Vipers hit the road, Bud and Carrie see the cars a little differently than their owners.
That one would buy us this one would
put up the
a
primate
primate house, this one would put up this building.
As our animals are to Carrie and I, these people's cars are to them. I mean,
Yeah, they're very important.
they're-
And they're beautiful, and I'm very appreciative that they come out every year. And Buddy and I don't get to go too many places,
don't
so
go to
it's
car
exciting
shows.
for us to them
have
to
the
come
car
in.
show come to us.
As the cars head out, reality sets in. Bud and Carrie have a tiger recovering from surgery and 400 other mouths to feed. It's just after dawn, and Bud and Carrie's day has already begun.
We are just about to check up on Emo, who is waking up from surgery. Just gotta keep periodically checking on him. Now his ears are moving. You know, slowly he'll come back to consciousness, and even once he's awake, he's going to be not completely alert. He'll be a little groggy, almost like having a hangover. It's okay. He'll be all right, honey.
Suddenly, Bud gets an urgent call. A dog got into a fight with a porcupine. He's got a mouthful of quills, and now he's fighting for his life.
When you consider a dog actually going in enough times to kill this porcupine, you're walking into a breathing pincushion. Oh, you poor guy. Isn't that awful?
I mean, that much quills in them, that's a death sentence. So if that was a wild dog, a wolf, a coyote, bear, done. They're done.
Yeah,
They starve to death.
Porcupine quills are barbed and hollow. The more the dog tries to get them out, the deeper in they go. To extract them, Bud and Carrie fear they must sedate the dog. They aren't vets, but they do carry a supply of sedatives in case of an emergency.
And he's fighting it right now. His adrenaline is fighting it, so it takes longer.
The drugs have not yet taken effect, but the dog is in agony. Bud wants these quills out, now.
Stop. There's absolutely no way that you're gonna get them quills out unless you knock him completely down.
Well, he's got enough in him to knock him out.
Then you need to walk away from him, quit poking at him and touching and sitting next to him and fidgeting, and
I'm
let
not
him
fidgeting.
knock out.
I've gotten out of a lot of quills.
Okay, this isn't about you being a hero. This is about the dog.
I know, which
being
I'm trying to
safe.
get him out.
So stop touching him.
What? I know you hurt.
Gas is one of
I know.
Hi, darling.
The anesthetic is a powerful narcotic, and even with the dog's life on the line, Bud won't give him any more without a vet's okay.
It's frickin' bad.
The vet agrees. The risk of waiting is too great. He's unable to drink, and with temperatures in the 90s, this dog risks dehydration.
You getting some more juice?
All they can do is sit back and wait. Then, wait a little bit longer. Finally, the sedative does its job.
I mean, we were tag teaming. She was pulling on one side, I was pulling
I
on
was
the
getting
other
like
side.
6 quills at once.
You and I took what, 400?
No, we took at least 500.
100?
At least 500 out of this thing.
You know, did we have 4 hours to do that? No, we didn't.
Yeah,
have
it
4
took
hours.
us
It took
4
me 4
hours.
But we couldn't tell a person no. You know, this is their
That
dog.
was
This is
it.
their child. This dog. This is their pet.
Spirit's waking up, but his ordeal is far from over. A trip to the vet reveals another 200 quills. A second round of sedation is needed to extract them. Finally, Spirit is back on his feet.
Thanks much, dear.
Bud and Carrie's quick action may have saved his life. And hopefully, he's learned a lesson. Back at the zoo, chores are piling up. Bud knows job 1 is keeping the animals separated from each other and from the public. He relies on electric fences. But right now, he's got a problem.
Got to shorten the fence somewhere.
Electric wires are the zoo's last line of defense. A short spells trouble. There are 10 miles of electric fencing. The problem could be anywhere.
The electric fence is not even required. It's something that I just do in addition to what the requirements are. So, just for my own peace of mind. When the electric touches the fence, then it grounds out. The current goes right into the ground. It takes the closest route to the ground rather than traveling the whole circuit. So then my fence is ineffective. I've never had a tiger. I've never had an animal get out, ever. Never had anything get out.
Nothing may have gotten out, but a few things, namely Carrie, have a habit of getting in.
I'm actually going to be doing something that I need to do quite often, and that is checking the den sites. So today I'm going to be crawling into some of the dens, and I'm going to get to wear this camera so that everyone will get to see what I see as I'm doing my den check today.
Carrie inspects the wolf dens at least 8 times a year. She needs to ensure they are structurally sound. Looks aside, wolves are not dogs. They can run up to 40 miles per hour, and their bite is twice as powerful as a German Shepherd's.
They're wild animals, and they react instinctual, and it's the ones that you perceive to be tame that are the most dangerous.
This is a territorial marking. This is a scrape. So the wolves, you can see right here, this is where their claws were. And they'll come here. A lot of the people pass by this corner, and when our dogs come out, they run this corner a lot. So the wolves come over here, and they have scent glands between their toes on their feet, and they'll parch their claws down, and they will, and digging up the dirt, they're letting their scent go into the dirt here. And it's also a scrape that shows, and their posture is all about, they're big, they're bad, and they're tough. And they will scrape the ground, marking their scent and showing off their stature.
As dangerous as wolves are, you'd think inside a wolf's den would be the last place Carrie would want to be.
Oh my God, is this gonna be an amazing den? Wow, this is a great spot. I love it.
While Carrie digs in, Bud continues to search for the short.
Not the cougar pen. So from the cougar pen, the next wire goes over to Emo's pen. We go check that next. How's my girl? I know I held you in there. Now you want to be held all the time. I'll try to hold you later. One thing that I've always believed in where we build our large, open, natural enclosures is I go off the high tensile electric fencing, which is
It's not a requirement.
It's not a requirement.
But we do it anyway.
It's a deterrent.
The action is underground, so Carrie heads straight into the wolf's den.
It's very exciting to actually come down here and see their work in progress. This den is going to be one of the largest ones they've ever built, and it's so impressive. It actually has 3 holes, so there's 2 entry holes and an exit hole.
She fears the recent heavy rains may have weakened the den. A collapse could easily trap a cub.
This den already is big enough to house 7 wolves in here to get cooled off from the warm sun of the summertime.
But wolves don't always welcome visitors.
I'm just more concerned about the other 2 holes as far as whether the wolves are going to try and climb down here, which would be fine if it was just me down this hole. But I really see from watching them before, they are very interested in this new shiny camera, and so I don't want to crawl too far in and then be trapped where they're going to steal it away from me. So now the difficult part is getting out. I'm coming.
I feel like howling. I feel like a wolf now.
How's my boy and girl? Ow. Ow.
Bud's still hard at work, but he can't resist the lure of a baby cougar.
I gotta go. Mom's coming. See them eyes right there on that cat? That's what are you touching my daughter for? The moms obviously are protective of the kids, so when I see that look, it's time to bail.
While Carrie was underground, the situation on the surface got a little out of hand. Wolves are far more intelligent than even the smartest dogs, but sometimes that can get them into trouble.
The wolves are sneaky, and they will sneak up on you and just wait for the perfect moment and snatch and run. And without you even noticing, the crew was so busy watching me as I'm crawling down into the dens, they did not notice that the wolves stole the camera. They love to steal our stuff and make us chase them. It's like the best game ever. And this could go on for quite a long time.
Get it. Good. Perfect. Wonderful technique.
And this is the reason we lost this camera.
Me? Yeah, right.
You told us, I know, watch where you put things.
Bad camera crew. Bad.
I found my short.
While Carrie solves one problem, Bud solves another. He locates the short circuit. It's in the hyena pen, carnivores powerful enough to take down a zebra.
The hyenas are so clever. Anything that they can possibly chew on, they will chew. And they ended up chewing the plastic insulators, the tips of them off, which the wire would fall off then, and short out on the nails of the fence. So they were probably inside laughing at us, laughing hyenas. Oh, right here. Here's where the short is, right here.
The fix will take just a few moments, but finding the problem took hours. Hours Bud doesn't have.
Plug it in, lock her up.
Early morning, and Carrie is jarred awake by the sound of barking dogs.
And
At 7 o'clock in the morning, it was very unusual to hear the someone's here bark. And, you know, thinking there's only one reason somebody's here this early in the morning, there's some sort of animal situation going on. And sure enough, they came walking up to the front of the house with a cardboard box, and inside was one of my absolute favorite animals to rehab, 2 precious, tiny little baby skunks. Hello, little Skunker 2 and Skunker 1. We've got 1 boy and 1 girl. They can't actually produce the stinky skunk smell just yet. And I sometimes feel exhausted and stressed out, but ultimately I know that this is the most important thing to me, and that I can handle it. I like skunk bellies. Skunky, skunky, skunky. Come on, you can do it. Roll over. All right.
But Carrie doesn't get the chance to bond with her new babies.
Even though we have the same chores to do every day, our world changes like that. Oh yeah, you can get a good look at it.
Bud and Carrie get a call from animal control. A family of foxes has settled into a backyard shed, but the homeowner has pets.
Nancy.
Pets these carnivores see as dinner.
2 rabbit carcasses.
To get the youngsters or kits out, Bud and Carrie dig in. But having a fox around has a few advantages.
Well, maybe it's a good thing she was here, because she's killing the rat population. Look at the size of that sucker.
Feeding a family of foxes takes some killing, and just about any meat nearby can make for a tasty meal.
Oh, I made a bad landing by the foxhole, little starling. I'm gonna get to him first. How far is she dug in?
Not very far.
Look, gray squirrel.
Bud loves a little competition, but Carrie is thinking about the kits.
Our goal is to try and get them out today.
Oh, I got a kit! I got a kit! I got little faces looking at me. Hey, hey, hey!
They're like 2 feet in, and they are freaking cute.
Foxes are primarily nocturnal, so daytime is the best time to dig them out. But the mother's not here. With a family of kits to feed, she must be hunting in daylight as well.
Got one!
Look at that. Oh, yeah, I got one! It's a boy!
What?
These foxes are heading for a new home back at the zoo. Eventually, they'll be released into the wild, far from humans. Meanwhile, one of the kit's new roommates is living up to the phrase, clever as a fox. That was the sound man's microphone cover. On the other side of the zoo, another crisis. A coyote is in trouble.
Minnie. Come here. Minnie. It's obvious that she looks like she's in stress. She'd been in this enclosure for probably almost 3 months now, and everything had been fine. And now all of a sudden, for some reason, they are becoming very territorial and non-accepting of her.
Minnie was recently introduced to the pack, but things aren't working out.
She was low man on the totem pole because she's very laid back, and she cowered down, and they all kind of were jumping on top of her.
Coyotes, or prairie wolves, live in packs, normally a group of closely related individuals.
You know, if we wouldn't have interceded, that bullying would have continued, and, you know, it could have led to a more serious injury.
All right, let's get her out.
Come here. Hold her there.
In the battle for dominance, Minnie has lost out.
My decision right now is to remove her from the enclosure.
If Carrie tries to return Minnie to the pack, most likely they will never accept her.
She could, you know, gain her strength and weight and everything back up, and then we'll deal with the situation from there.
crazy idea.
On the other side of the park, Bud's got troubles of his own. A storm brought down a limb weighing nearly 100 pounds. An accident like this could threaten the safety of the more than 40,000 visitors who come to the zoo every year.
This is what fell out of the tree the other day. And I mean, it fell right in the path right here. If this limb would have, I mean, it'd kill somebody. That limb would kill somebody from the height that it came up. So now I got this other one that's dead, that all the bark is off, that's got to come down because it's right over the trail. That rain that we had a week ago, right before we opened, that'd kill somebody.
With the zoo's tight finances, Bud can't call in a tree service. He'll do this job himself.
Well, we'll see what's shaking here.
With a bow and arrow.
I just gotta make sure I don't have the string around the finger. That would suck. Come on, baby, talk to me.
This branch isn't going down without a fight.
Ouch!
Hi, Rosie. Come say hello, Rosie. Hi, Rosie.
Rosie is one pampered pig.
Rosie is the pot-bellied pig Bud and Carrie adopted a few days ago. She's settling into her new digs and getting used to having roommates.
No. Be nice to my Rosie.
Rosie's making friends fast and catching the attention of a few admirers. From now on, the DeYoung Family Zoo will be her home address. Meanwhile, Bud is trying to bring down a dead branch. Bring it down, Bud style.
So you got caught in a tree.
Oh, I got caught exactly where I wanted to get caught. Carrie, back up the bike. A stick this size, coming down from that tall, from that high up, a wet stick like this, it's a widowmaker. Something like that.
I really want to be able to use this in a habitat because this limb is cool.
Problem solved. I can sleep at night.
A difficult week is coming to a close.
I love you too. We got to get you guys a swimming pool today. Would you like a swimming pool? Would you like?
When times are tough, one of Carrie's favorite ways to relax is with the baboons.
And, you know, we don't get to go anywhere, so I guess my trip to the spa and for my massage is pretty much just, you know, go sit in with the primates, and when they're grooming you, it is very relaxing, and you do feel very bonded when you're doing it.
Primates are intelligent and exhibit complex behaviors. One of them is social grooming, cleaning and picking off bugs from their companions.
If you ever get a wood tick, you want to come in here.
The only thing, we're not picking off the bugs that
And
if they
eating
would have
them.
a, yeah, we don't do that. I just pretend. Well, I'd rather not eat bugs.
But playing with primates can backfire, like when a member of the film crew refuses to give his walkie-talkie to a baboon.
Their temper changes like that. You do not tell them no, you do not tell them what to do, because when you do, you get covered in poo. As soon as you made them mad, they were done for.
As the week winds down, there's one final story. A story with a happy ending.
Emo, come on, Emo. Emo.
He's thirsty. He's ready to go back in now with the other ones. He had a nice little recovery time.
Yeah, your friend is right here. Come on.
He likes his new pad. He's not really too anxious to leave it. Yay! Here's a
There's
handsome
your
boy.
buddy.
There's
your buddy.
Hey, handsome. It's okay.
Emo has made a full recovery, and his troubled genetics have reached the end of the line.
Look at the chops. He's just giving her, oh, now he's licking her. Oh, I missed you, honey. Licky, licky, I love you, miss you.